My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Hey, we're back. We're having a great day. Today has been going so well, and I'm not even joking about that. I'm actually the only little bit of an issue that I had today was I slept through 9 alarms at the hotel. Not a big deal though. I set them super duper early, and I don't know. I went to bed around midnight or 1, I think. I don't know. It's dumb because I'm just laying around, but I'm just laying around and I'm just hanging out, having a good time. And yeah, I don't know. I eventually did get to sleep after choking on some fucking chew because I fall asleep with dip in my mouth all the time. I did not mess up the bedding today, which is great. Usually if I fall asleep with the dip in my mouth, there's a big stain that looks like fucking piss or shit. So shout out to those house cleaners or housekeepers or whatever. They got some shit to deal with. The shit that they got to deal with me really isn't that bad. I try to like pile all of the bedding and stuff that I used. I try to pile it up so they know what was used, and I don't know. I think that's a good thing to do because some people, like, if they sleep on top of the sheets, I don't know. It's like, all right, did they? They were, I don't know. They're people just like us. People are lazy, and I'm not saying they're lazy, but it's like, hey, have you ever left a sheet on a bed that had been slept in? Obviously, they're gonna say no. No, never did. But nobody's over there, checking to make sure. I don't know. Hotel rooms can get real fucking nasty. And I figured that one out whenever we went to, where were we? We were in Colorado, and we got a hotel room with the kids. And a little bit of it was my fault because I decided to get ice cream from downstairs, and then they just made a mess. I made them stay on the hard floor, though. I was like, don't get on the carpet. Stay over there. And we cleaned it up. We made sure, we left it nice-ish. But definitely it's not nice-ish like the way I leave it. Just one guy that masturbates once on the curtains. That's about it. That's all they got to clean for me. I just masturbate into the vent of the AC unit. I don't know why. Sometimes it's nice to just have that smell wafting across the room. The smell of my cum. Just kidding. I'm fucking around, okay? I don't do that shit. Fucking, just laid around, really, and all my bedding and stuff, and everything else is fine. Like, even the counter, if I get water on the counter, I'll use one of the towels there, dry it off and everything, and, like, all of my, cleaning supplies that I use, like, and I use the trash cans, too. Some people, I'm sure, I've never witnessed it because I don't stay in hotels with anybody else, usually. But people just leave a fucking pile of trash around. And now we did do that in Colorado, but it was a couple of pizza boxes stuffed full of trash, stacked neatly on the table. We left it nice. I do that at like restaurants too. Every restaurant that I go to, before I leave, I wipe the table down with my napkin, even though I've been wiping my fucking mouth with it the entire time. I clean off the table and I stack everything at the end cap because I've been a busboy a few times in my life. And I'll tell you what, when somebody leaves a cup all the way up against the wall inside of a booth and you got to climb your fucking ass all the way in there to get the cup, put the cup away, and then you got to climb back in there to fucking wipe everything. It's like, hey, it'd be so nice if everything's right there at the end and they can just scoop it into their bucket and then wipe the table, and then it's ready for another another some people to come in there. I like all the straw wrappers and shit. I pick everything up. If it falls on the floor, hey, that's not me. If it falls on the floor, it's on the floor. You're gonna have to get a broom out here because I'm not about to reach under the table. But woke up about 40 minutes later than I wanted to. I wanted to leave a little late anyways. The earliest I could have left would be logging into my truck at 6 a.m. Now, I didn't wake up until 6:45. So then I had to get up, get ready, and then get downstairs. And then, I was like, I'm on this diet thing. It's working out. It is working. But I was like, let's just see what they have down there. And I was so happy to see they had the sausage links. They had the turkey sausage patties, which are fucking gross. But they had the fucking links, dude. I was so happy they had those links. I piled a plate full of those fucking links and was eating them out the door. I meant to grab an apple or some sort of a fruit or something. And they usually have hard-boiled eggs in the fridge down there, too. But they didn't have that, which is fine. I got some regular, scrambled eggs, a bunch of sausage, chowed on that, got the truck pre-tripped, and I was out on the road by 7:15, 7:20. So around there. 5 minutes, give or take. Probably give. And, yeah, it was drove over to where I needed to be. The lady acted like I'd never been there before. I'm like, this is a normal load that comes in here. She's like, oh, where's it from? I'm like, lady, you know me by my first name. What are you talking about? So, anyways, that was a little bit of an issue, but I got there at 8, and you can get there at 7. Is the earliest you can get there, and usually you want to get there around 7 so you can get checked in and you don't have to wait very long. Luckily, like the morning rush of their trucks or whatever, they were already gone. So I pulled in. There was 2 trucks ahead of me, but as soon as I pulled in, they were pulling in, and then I checked in with the scale house or whatever, and then just hung out for 20-30 minutes, and then I got another great news thing. My boss called me, and I'm like, oh fuck, he's been watching me. He's like, hey, you're supposed to be able to get there. I thought that's what he was gonna say. He was gonna say, you can get there at 7. Why did you not get there till 7? I'm looking at your geotab, and you could have been driving at 6. You could have been there before 7. But hey, he didn't say any of that shit. He was like, hey buddy, you want to work this weekend? I was like, yes, even though I don't want to, but before we go on this Florida vacation, I need to make as much money as possible. And last week really fucked me up because I only got like 45 hours last week. So I only got like 5 hours of overtime, which is not good. Like I need to have at minimum, well, not at minimum, but with our old financial system that we were going off of, and when we calculated how much money I needed to make each week, it was 53 hours a week. So 13 hours of overtime. We can cut it with 10 hours of overtime. But then our financial system completely changed whenever we dropped off our bankruptcy payment. So then really any overtime is just extra. But we are trying to put money away. And now that we're doing better with money, we are spending more money again, but not crazily. I mean, I did go to Menards and spend like $50 on squirt guns. I did tell her we were trying to go to one restaurant once, the place called The Other Place. We're trying to go there, and we calculated that we were going to spend about $50. Another $65 with the tip or whatever it would be. That's like 30. That would be 30%. No, I don't know. I don't know what the fucking I know how to calculate fucking percentages. I got to sit down and think about it, and I don't want to right now. So, anyways, we calculated that we weren't going to spend very much money at the other place restaurant, and then we ended up going to Texas Roadhouse, and we spent like 130. So, uh, we have been spending, and then eating out and stuff. But I'm really working on not doing that. Um, and it's possible, and I can do it. And right now, since I have a goal in mind, this is day 2 of the diet. Things are going well. Yesterday, I was surprised at how I wasn't so tired yesterday, because usually, eating the regular foods that I would eat, which is not going to be a shocker to anybody, but I would have a midday crash. Like I would be like, that's when I would have to take. That's why I drink a 5-hour energy with every lunch, is because as soon as that lunch settles down in my tummy, I'm napping, or it's a struggle to stay awake. And with the 5-hour energies, would just take care of all that. And yesterday, I did have a 5-hour energy yesterday, so that had some effect of it. But I really usually I can still feel it, but I don't know. Things were fine yesterday. Things went better than they could have been, for sure. And then today, yeah, I woke up, ate all that fucking sausage. I grabbed a cup of coffee. It was so fucking disgusting. I take all the K cups out of the room. So, in the room, they have, a little Keurig and everything. But I take all those K-Cups and I take them home, and then I go downstairs and I drink the coffee they got downstairs. That coffee is so bad. I don't know what's going on there, but it is not good at all. At least if you add a little bit of sugar and cream, it's a decent cup. It's like, okay, that's all right coffee. But black, oh God, I took 2 sips of it and I was like, this is so fucking disgusting. I dumped it out the window. And I just went on my day without it. And surprisingly, I wasn't yawning or anything. I was okay in the morning. I mean, I did get a lot of sleep, more sleep than I should have. Well, not really. I should have went to bed at 9 o'clock last night. But who goes to fucking night at 9? No, I ain't going to bed at 9 o'clock. If I go to bed at 9 o'clock, I'm sick. Somebody needs to take me to the doctor. 11 o'clock, that's usually, I would say 11 o'clock is good, but it's usually midnight, around midnight. I see it turn to midnight, and I'm like, okay, I should go to bed. I don't know. I'd like to be up. I like to do things. I like to look around at stuff. I was on fucking Facebook Marketplace last night, just fucking scrolling for days. Just looking at stuff, even though there's nothing I'm going to get. I need to go to the Pick and Pull, which is like a junkyard. I need to go up there because I decided with my truck, I'm going to go up there and get a lot of stuff. So, my wife's car, I'm way off track, I think. But my wife's car is a Chevy Equinox, a 14 Equinox. And the radio in that car, dude, I love to drive her car just because of the radio. And you can roll all the windows all the way down. Sunroof is open, and a really good, nice radio. The speakers in that are really good. So my plan is to go to the junkyard and find an Equinox, rip the fuck out of the door panel, and take the speakers. Take all the speakers out of an Equinox, because they're only going to be $14, and those are, I think my wife's has Bose speakers and stuff, and maybe I'll do a little bit of research and find out what cars at the junkyard would probably have the stock good speakers in them. But I know the Equinox sounds good, so that was just kind of my plan, was to find an Equinox, rip the speakers out, and I don't know what size they are. It doesn't really matter, because whatever size they are, that'll determine what size hole I drill. And I decided on my door panel, underneath the wing window, There's one bar that goes down, but really there should be plenty of room for me to mount a speaker to the door panel right there, right kind of at the top. So I don't know. Part of me is thinking I should put it down low so it's not like screaming right into my face, but that's what I want. I want it to be as loud to me as possible. I want to be able to not hear anything else going on. I want to just hear my music as loud as it can go. And my wife's car, yeah, I crank that every time I drive it. Well, not every time I drive it because I got the kids and my wife with me, and I can't. They don't like it that loud. But I crank that as loud as it'll fucking go when I'm by myself. I'm like, hey, I gotta run to the store, pick up some shit. You hear fucking Dwight Yoakam on level 50, fucking cruising down the road. She can hear me all the way to the end of the block. So anyways, today, yeah, went well. I got to the place. I got on the scale, and I weighed 79,600. So I was 400 pounds close to being overweight. So I had a perfect fucking load. The load doesn't get more perfect than what it was. I mean, obviously, you can be like, add another 300 pounds or whatever, but you got to factor in your fuel also. Because fuel, even though it's like lighter than water and stuff, it still will affect the weight, your overall total weight. Especially, I got dual tanks on this truck. I got a Suburban next to me that I've been creeping up on. I decided to go around them, and then as soon as I get up next to him, they're like, oh shit, he can't pass me. And now he's just staying right next to me, but I'm going to run him into this Crete truck. Because, what are you doing? Okay, I slow down for you to fucking pass me. I'm going uphill and I'm a semi. I'm slow as fuck going uphill. The fuck was that, dude? No, don't do that shit. You're a fucking dumbass. If I didn't slow down, they would have been pit maneuvered into the fucking wall because they just went right up and got right around me. I thought I was going to run them into the Crete truck. They decided they're going to let that fucking 5.3 fucking howl out. They're going to turn on the other 4 cylinders and fucking cruise up that hill. Fucking dummies. Whatever. Anyways, other than the fucking current traffic situation, things are going well. Yes, I was able to use my fuel card to fill up twice, even though we had a 5-digit. I think I talked about this yesterday, but 5-digit code, and they're like, oh well, it needs to be it needs to be a 5-digit code. Everybody has a 4-digit code, so we're just going to add a 1 to everybody's number. And I always forget if they added it to the beginning or the end. And so every time I always do it the wrong way first. It's kind of like whenever there's I don't know what the knot is called, but there's a knot that you can tie, and if you tie it one way, which is the way I always want to tie it, that's the incorrect way, and it will not hold. But if you tie it backwards, it'll hold, and I do that often when I tie knots and shit. Not like my shoes or my boots or anything, but like ropes and stuff. If I'm tying something to something, I know how to tie a easy knot that. But you got to do it backwards so it'll hold. It's called like the suicide knot or something in climbing. That's where I learned about it. Because I would always tie a knot one way, and then I was watching some YouTube video, and the guy was like, "This is the suicide knot. It's a banned in climbing because if you tie it backwards, it'll slip and you'll fall and die. But if you tie it this way, which is the correct way, it'll work. So I'm like, oh, nice. And now I think of that video every time I tie a knot. That type of knot, at least. Some knots I just fucking keep tying and tying and tying. And I'm like, that should hold. That Suburban ain't fucking giving me no. He's like, hey, that blue tanker ain't gonna catch up to me. That's what he's saying. Yeah, today I'm driving the picture on the podcast. If you look at the picture of the podcast, that's the truck I'm driving, and that picture was taken in the middle of fucking Oklahoma when I decided to start this podcast deal. This guy's got shit flying out of his fucking tarp. I'm gonna get around you, buddy. I know you're loaded. You gotta be loaded. You're not gonna be able to beat me up this hill. If I was loaded, I'd be doing about 45 miles an hour right now. Empty, I'm doing 70, 77. I'll be doing 76 here in a second. But I shouldn't lose much more than that. The Suburban that was past me, I had to slow down to 73 to let him in, or else, cause a fucking giant accident, even though it wouldn't be my fault. I'm not going to cause a giant fucking accident. I'd rather everybody just be safe, but you fucking dumbasses like that are like, oh yeah, see, I can cut off semis and I'm fine. That's what I just told that guy. He's like, yeah, you could just cut off semis. Yeah, I just cut one off yesterday. He was going up a hill, he was passing me, and I just fucking cut him off. And he didn't honk, he didn't yell, he didn't wave his arms. That's just the way of the road. That's the way she goes, bud. That's what that guy's gonna start. He thinks now. I should have fucking hit him and been like, yeah, well, you can't fucking cut me off. I couldn't. If he wasn't in a Suburban, I wouldn't have been able to see him at all from where I'm sitting. But stopped to eat my lunch. I went inside. I grabbed some of these beef jerky sticks. They were actually really good, and I looked up the ingredients. They're decent. What are they called? I got one down here on the floor, a wrapper. Not like fucking Lil Wayne, but it's called a fatty bar. I got it at Casey's. I got two of them. The jalapeno cheese one is actually really fucking good. Ate two of those. I ate probably an 8-ounce chunk out of my fucking ham steak. Ate 4 slices of ham, 2 of those fatty beef sticks, and a thing of grapes. So that sounds like a lot of food. No, it really isn't, though. I mean, it's a decent amount of food, but none of it was. It was all meat, and then a little bit of fruit, and I guess a little bit of cheese. So I'm hoping that will help me out and help me lose some weight. If I'm, because I could have gone in there and grabbed 3 slices of pizza. That's normally what I do when I go to a Casey's at lunchtime. I go in there, 2 sausage and a pepperoni. That's my normal order, and I don't normally drink soda pop or soda or however you say it. I call it soda pop. I'm a double it up. I say it for everybody. Soda pop. Some people call it Coke, and it's like a Coke is a Coke, not a fucking Pepsi. Pepsi Coke, it's a cola. I guess you could call them colas. But who calls a Sprite a Coke? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, usually grab a Pepsi because the crust of a Casey's pizza, after you eat all the pizza, leave the crust, and then there at the end, while you're snacking and you're driving, you're eating these crust pieces with a little bit of a drink of a slightly watered down Pepsi. It is like, that's so fucking delicious. And it's not with any other drinks. It's got to be a Pepsi soaked crust in your mouth. You grab a bite, take a swig, and then chew it up. And it's so fucking good, dude. And then the Pepsi tastes even better towards the end when it's all watered down a little bit. It's like light Pepsi, but it's not diet. It's just fucking, making me hungry right now. Just kidding. I'm not even all that hungry. I ate what I ate, and that was a little bit ago. I ate at noon, and it's 1:50 now, so I made it 2 hours. I drank a fast twitch. So my buddy fucked me up, my Florida boy buddy, because he called me last night. We've been playing phone tag for a while now, for like a week, and then he finally called me, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta answer it. And we got into talking about that shit, he was talking, he's like, yeah, I just bought some liquid IVs, I think they're delicious. I was like, yes, they are delicious, I love them too. I still have some at my house. The only problem is they have the cyanoblabum in it, and apparently I listened to the podcast about the cyanoblabum again, and I'm pronouncing it completely wrong. I forgot how cyana kablu. I don't fucking know, but I'm not saying it right. But you know what it is? It's the B12, the cyanide B12, and yeah, my buddy, we were talking about that, and he's like, oh well, I guess I'm not gonna drink those. I'm like, well, drink it. You're only gonna live once. Who gives a fuck, really? Apparently, the FDA says it's okay, so it's not going to kill you immediately. It's just going to make you feel kind of like shit. He's like, no, I ain't drinking them. I'm like, I drink them. I even had a 5-hour energy yesterday, and the 5-hour energy has enough cyanoblabum in it for your entire lifetime. And I've drinking hundreds of 5-hour energies. So I've had hundreds of lifetimes worth of cyanoblabum in my fucking gut. Now, a lot of it's peed out. You're not going to absorb that much. It's just saying that's how much is in there. Now, I don't know. It's still not good, but you're going to pee out most of it. I would imagine. And we were talking about that, and he's like, because he does this fast twitch, the Gatorade fast twitch or whatever. And he said, yeah, I used to buy the bottles of it, but I got the powder version, and I just use those powder versions, and it's great. They work awesome. I love them. I'm like, oh, neat. I was like, does it have B12 in it? He's like, yes. And he looked down, and I said, if it's the cyanide B12, it ain't no good. And he's like, no, it's not the cyanide one. It's the other one. It's a Cynthia or whatever the fuck. I don't know. And he's like, no, this has got the good B12 in it. I was like, oh, sweet. So when I got to my restaurant last night, I went to the cooler doors, and not that I was going to drink a fast twitch last night, but I knew I was going to drink some, or I wanted to have some for the road today, because they are, they're not healthy, but they're better than the 5-hour energies, apparently. So I grabbed 2 of those. I'm a dumbass, and I did not look at the label of the bottles. I just grabbed the bottles of them. And then my wife, they have a big selection of the Alani energy drinks, and my wife loves those Alanis. So, and every time I go to a store, she's like, did they have Alanis there? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I didn't look. But they were kind of right in front of my face there. And so I lined them all up, faced them all to the shelf, and then took a picture of it, sent it to her, and she wanted 2 of them. So I grabbed 2 Fast Twitch, because they're 2 for $6. I grabbed 2 Alanis, and I grabbed a BAI drink. It's like a fucking antioxidant infused fucking strawberry banana, whatever the fuck. Because I wanted to drink something with my meal. So I grabbed that. And I go order my food. I order a burger. I order my mushroom and Swiss with no bun. They're like, you want everything on it? I was like, yes, everything on it. Even the sauce. Even though I should take the sauce off. Just leave the sauce on. There's not that much fucking sauce. It's gonna be okay. Just a drizzle of it, really. So, and I added an extra patty. So I got 2 beef patties, a slice of provolone, 2 thick applewood smoked bacons, a bunch of mushrooms, and then their secret sauce. And then they topped it off with a breaded onion ring. And then I also went over to the other area, and I was going to grab a cup of fruit. The only thing they had was parfaits, so I was not going to get a parfait. But they had a thing with 2 hard-boiled eggs in it. So I grabbed the hard-boiled eggs, and I paid for everything. And then while I'm waiting for my food to get ready, they have Louisiana hot sauce, salt, and pepper sitting on the tables. So I doctored up my hard-boiled eggs. They were fucking I'm like, dude, I gotta do this. I gotta start doing the hard-boiled egg thing. I need to get me a bottle of hot sauce. I don't give a shit if that's not healthy for you. It's better than the fucking bread. It's better than 4 slices of bread, you know? So, which I normally would eat with a sandwich. And mayonnaise and mustard and sugary pickles. Because the pickles I eat, yeah, they're covered in fucking sugar. They're sweet and spicy. But hard-boiled eggs with salt, pepper, and hot sauce, oh, God, that's so good. And then they bring me my food, and the burger is sitting there looking fucking amazing. And there's an egg roll on my plate. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? She's like, it said egg. I'm like, no, I did not order an egg roll. She's like, oh, well, guess you got a free egg roll. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, an egg roll is fucking, I don't know what the fuck it's made out of, but it's a deep fried breaded fucking thing with pork or chicken in it and other veggies. So I ripped it open and I ate all the insides out of it, and I did not eat the outside. I took all the breading off of my onion ring for my burger and ate the onion part, and then I chowed down on that fucking burger. I'm convinced that burger tastes better without a bun. The bun just soaks up the flavor and just adds shit that you don't need. That was fucking delicious. A fork and a knife, eating a burger. It was awesome. People were looking at me because I'm in small town USA, Oklahoma, and they're all like, that's fucking queer with a fucking no bun burger. I'm like, dude, this is actually way better. And I'm fat as fuck, so please let me just try to be skinnier. I'm trying. And yeah, I ate all that food and then went to the hotel. I got my parking spot. I go in. My girl's there that checks me in every single time. She don't remember me, but gets me all checked in. The elevator works great. Awesome. Go up to my room. Go in my room. And just kind of hang out. Get all my shit set out and ready to go for the next day. And then lay down and I would start watching Just Go With It with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, then another hot blonde chick, and just kind of played on Facebook, YouTube, watching a movie, just laying around. It was a good night, and I was satisfied, even though I did have the little fucking devil pop up and say, you should go downstairs and see what kind of snacks they have. Maybe they have beef jerky. Knowing that the little devil in me was like, if you go down there, you're not getting beef jerky. You're going to get something else. That's what he was trying to get me to do. And I said, no, I ain't going down there. And I just ended up falling asleep. Everything was great. And a big, hearty breakfast this morning. Oof, it was good. Only thing that could have been better was the coffee. And, yep. Just driving home now. I got an hour and a half left before I get to my job site, or my work, my shop, I did develop a sore throat. I noticed it as soon as I stopped recording yesterday. I was like, damn, I got a sore throat. Where the fuck did this come from? So that was kind of bad this morning, but it's not so bad now. And oh yeah, so yeah, I'm working this weekend. I'm going to be doing the levee project during the day, Saturday. Um, he said the guy that did it last time was there from 7 to 3. So it'll be a full day's worth of work, but whatever. I need to work and save up some money. And what else? Oh, and then I was like, so am I going back on to nights? He said, nope. I said, really? He's like, nope. You're gonna keep doing these loads. He's like, these loads are started up. We gotta get in and get these loads going. I'm like, oh, thank the fucking Lord. So I'm gonna be the Okie from now on, I guess, which is awesome. This is the job that I want. This is the job that I need. Gets me per diem. Gets me, not that it's a great thing, but the family can have some time without dad for a little bit, a couple days. It's okay. My wife can, you know, I don't know. She can take care of everything. She's good. She's happy with it. Because I'll be making more money doing it this way. And hell yeah. I guess he mentioned 4th of July, but that 4th of July is not next week. It's the week after next. I think. That's what my wife said. I did not look it up, so don't quote me on that. But she said it's not next week. It's the week after that, on Thursday. And my boss was talking about something about, yeah, I'm going to have to boogie because there's going to be one day that I can't work, which is Thursday. I'm going to have to offload on Friday. I'm going to have to drive down and offload on Friday. Oh, damn. There's a fucking semi off the side of the road. Oh, shit. Damn. There's no emergency equipment over there, but there is, I guess the tow truck is emergency equipment. You'd think, you'd think they'd have a KDOT out here monitoring the flipping of the trailer, but no, I guess not. And yeah, so things are looking really good for right now. I don't want to it's too hard to not be excited about everything that's going on. I'm getting some things figured out, making the money. I'm gonna go see my Florida boy buddy. I got my job back. I don't have to work these fucking nights. My buddy came over to help me work on the truck the other night. I already talked about that recently, but it's gonna be awesome. Things are going well. This will be the third podcast that I'm ready to post, and I haven't posted any of them yet. So they're going to be a little strung out, but I'll tell you right now, today is Tuesday. Yeah, the 18th. And not that I'm excited about it, but the people that make Off-Road Outlaws, which is the game that I used to play a lot, they are coming out with a new game. It's going to be dropping tomorrow. I'm not. They have other games. They have American Marksman that came out. They have Off-Road Outlaws. They also have another one. I thought they had another one. They got a few different games out. And this next one that's coming out, it's called Off-Road Outlaws Drag Racing, but it's off-road drag racing. So it's kind of interesting. Usually, the Off-Road Outlaws is the game. They have the drifting game. Whatever that drifting game is called. But Yeah, they're working on. Every time they drop a new game, they put new assets into the game, but a lot of those assets came from off the regular original game. But they get new assets for every game, and they do some other improvements, and they usually implement those back into Off-Road Outlaws a little bit later on after they see how things work. But I don't know. I'm just not. I don't know. The phone games are not as fun anymore. I wish they were. It'd be cool, but they're just not. They're not as fun anymore. The 4x4 Mania, I don't know. I can build my exact square body on there, which is kind of fucking cool. Not exact, but I can get close. The map editor really turned me off because now it's like there's a map editor, there's people that have maps on there, but I don't know, man. It's a whole nother system for me to learn how to do to make those maps, and maybe I should have done that last night and sat, because I have hours on end to sit and focus on figuring out that map creator, but it's more of a computer type deal, I think, and I don't want to work. I don't want to do all that. And the game is not a PC game; it's mobile only. And it's like you got to use one finger to do this, two fingers to do this, and three fingers to do that. And it's like, what the fuck is this? No, I want to be able to. The other game, I can use two thumbs, and I can do anything and everything with two thumbs. Not with that game. You got to have one one hand completely free to do anything, and it's annoying as shit. There is you could put they have controller support on that game, so that's kind of cool. You can, if you have an iPhone, you can do it with Android too, I think, but iPhones it's a lot easier you can throw your iPhone screen up onto a TV, and then since the game has controller support, it's a straight up video game. You don't need a console. You can plug your phone in to a charger, set it on top of the AC vent because it's going to get hot as fuck, and that's your console right there. Is your cell phone. It's kind of crazy. There's emulators you can download on PC, like BlueStacks is one of them, and I tried that and it did not work at all. I could not get it to do what I wanted it to do because I can link my controller to my computer, and then Off-Road Atlas does not offer controller support, or at least they didn't last time I played it. Um, but BeamNG, I might be taking my laptop to the hotel with me next time on my next run because I'm going to get there a lot earlier than I did this time. So hopefully I can get there around like 2. I can wake up, not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to get straight up, go get loaded. But my boss, he said that they're going to clean a tank, and he wants me to suck everything out of the tank, and then whatever room I have left needs to be taken from the frac tanks. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Should be interesting. And then, yeah, the earlier I can get done, the earlier I can go to the hotel. Not that that's a good thing, because I need to get hours still. I can't be getting to the hotel at 2 o'clock, work from 7 to 2. I can't be doing that. So, I don't know. Maybe the tank cleaning thing is going to take a while, which I hope it does. And then I can get more hours that way. Um, Yep, I need to get the yard mowed. I got a weed eater, and I have bad weeds all the way around my house, like big fucking little trees and big weeds and all kinds of shit growing all the way around my house. And I need to go over there and spend a day on, I don't know, I guess it'd be Sunday would be the day that I would do that. Go get the yard cleaned up. I cleaned up a little bit of it, like in front of the house and a little bit beside the house. Got all that taken down. I have not mowed since then, so it still doesn't look great, but once I mow all that shit over, it'll look fine. But I got my fences, every one of my fences is covered in vines and shit. And now there's like bushes growing on my fence. And I need to go get that all taken care of. And I would like to just spray some shit on there, but then it's going to drip off and it's going to ruin the grass, which I don't care about. But my neighbor cares about his grass, so I don't want to spray anything too near his grass to fuck it up. He just put in a new shed right kind of beside my shed. You could barely see it because the bush that's growing on the fence is only like a 3-foot fence, 3-foot chain link fence, but it's grown up. It's over 6 feet tall. It's up there. Well, it's like 4 foot. It's a 4-foot fence, I guess. Need to get all that shit taken off, get my hill cleaned up again. Just really not looking forward to any of that, but it would be so cool if I could use that part of my yard. That would be awesome. I would like to use my yard. Get everything torn down. I'll leave the trees, the 2 big pine trees that I got, and then I got another dead tree right in the middle. I need to get it chopped down, chopped up. I need to burn what I have in my fire pit because my fire pit's been loaded for a long time, and I've just added stuff to it since. So it needs to be burnt, and then I'm going to remove that fire pit. I'm going to just get rid of it. I got a barrel. I need to get a new barrel, and then I'll just have a burn barrel off to the side. Yeah, just some yard work. I need to mow, need to get weed eated, I need to do all that shit. Just takes time away from, if I'm going to spend time outside, I want to spend it working on my truck, you know? So then that just turns into, if I'm going to spend time outside, I got to work on the house, but I want to work on the truck, so I'm just going to not go outside. I think that's what it turns into. Maybe once this diet, apparently with this diet, this meat eating diet, it's keto, I guess, but I don't know. It's mainly just eating meat and taking out all the sugar and stuff. I should get a boost of energy, and I don't know. According to the fucking gurus out there, I'll get a boost of energy. My wife will start sucking more. It'll, my kids won't scream in my ear anymore. Everything is gonna be great in like 4 days from now. Just kidding. I'm messing around. My wife sucks enough and sucks cock enough, and my kids, they're great. I love my kids, but I was just trying to be funny right there. No, they're saying like things. Your body's gonna start acting better, and hopefully it does. They talk about diarrhea. You're gonna have horrible diarrhea. It's gonna be like brand new baby poop because it's all like black tar looking shit. That's what they say the meat eating diet is going to do to you. So I'm waiting for that to happen. Last 2 times I took a shit, it was diarrhea. So I guess I'm in luck because that's what I'm going to be having from now on. I don't know. It would be cool to regulate my body. But I'm eating ham. My Florida boy buddy, he's like, because I was telling him, he's like, oh yeah, I heard all about that carnivore diet. I'm like, yeah, so I've been eating ham and stuff. He's like, oh, you're not supposed to eat ham though. I'm like, it's called the carnivore diet, meat eating diet. Like a pig is a big fucking delicious animal. He's like, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just do like turkey and beef and chicken and fish. I'm like, no. I'm like, first off, I'm not staying strict to some certain duper diet. I'm just really cutting out all the other bullshit that goes along with stuff. So I don't look like a beached whale when I come to your house in a month. I'm still going to look like a beached whale, but I'll feel better than a beached whale. Right now, if I lay down on a beach, I'm going to feel like a beached whale. I'm like, somebody needs to bring me a drink. Somebody needs, where's my can of chew? So, son, go get my can of chew. And he's going to dig around in the swim bag looking for it. Like, it's in the pocket. And he's going to go, he's like, I can't find it. And then I'm going to have to get up. I'm going to have sand all over my back. I'm just going to be bright white. But eventually I'll turn beet red because I'm going to be fucking laying in the sun with a uncured body. It's just fucking bright white. Because I don't ever take my shirt off outside. I am as tan as it goes. I mean, the hairy belly and chest, that only adds a little bit of protection. Not really. None at all. So, anyways, yeah, like to feel a little bit better, have a little bit more energy to go hang out with my buddy, do a good thing. He said that he has lost weight. He's always been a skinny, buff dude his entire life. He's always had retard strength, is what we've always called it, because he's smart. So I'm not trying to say he's dumb or anything, but he's got incredible strength. He can just pick up and do anything. It'll hurt him later on. Now that he's getting older, he gets hurt now, but he's still always, he never has to work out. He just always has it. And I mean, we grew up together. Like from third grade on, we grew up together doing, basically sleeping at each other's houses the entire time, doing everything together, and look at me and look at him. Okay, so there's something going on. I mean, obviously I eat more than he does, but he also will chow down. He just has a higher metabolism and I don't know, a higher testosterone rate. I don't know, but he in these later years he has put on a belly that him and his wife are not too happy about. And he got a new work van. He got a 1-ton work van or something like that. I think it's a transit. It is a transit, but it's too tall to go through the drive-through. And he said that since he can't go through the drive-through anymore, he's lost a lot of weight. I'm like, that's fucking interesting, because I just thought about putting a sticker on my door right there, where like a race car driver's name would be. But instead of a race car driver's name, it's going to say, if I'm in a drive-through, turn me away. Don't let me buy anything. I'm too fat. Don't serve me. So, I don't know. Hopefully I can get to a point, which would be interesting to see the roles get reversed. Somebody that he's never been lazy, but he's never had to like work to keep his figure. And I feel, not that I've worked ever to keep my figure, but I've been in like the same boat. But if I start working on my figure and he is getting older, then he's going to be the fat one and I'm going to be the skinny one. That would be kind of interesting to see. But my goal isn't to be skinny. My goal is like to be 200, which is skinny to me. But if you factor in my age and my height or whatever. I don't know. Some dumb motherfucker that wrote up a graph and tells you what your weight is supposed to be for whatever age and height you are or whatever. I think my weight is supposed to be like 140, 150. And I'm like, yeah, dang, that ain't never gonna happen. I'll look like a skeleton. You want me to be a skeleton? I ain't doing that. But I would like to just be 200. That's a goal. That's my goal in life. And if after this month of really doing it, and if I can just keep with it, I think I could get down there. You know, not that I'm like trying to build any extra muscle and stuff, because I feel like if I I've been lugging around all this weight, so it's like put on an 80-pound backpack, and that's, whenever I get down to 200, that's the way I've been for the last uh 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, maybe more. But it sucks whenever we're looking up like old pictures with me and my wife, and she's like, "Look how skinny you used to be." I'm like, "I was fat then." She's like, "No, you weren't." I'm like, "Oh, I guess you're right." I've always thought I've been a chunky guy, but apparently the chunky that I was then is not the chunky that I am now. Now I'm fucking bad. I see myself in the mirror, and what I guess what happened is like whenever the belly starts to sag, that's when you know it's bad. And but I don't know. Maybe I just was holding myself in a different way. But now, yeah, the belly's sagging, but I'm still keeping the same. I'm right around the same weight. I held steady at like 270 for a long time, 260 to 270. Right now, I bet you if I got on my home scale, which I don't know if it's accurate or not, because we had two or three home scales and they all read different. But if I get on my home scale, I bet you it's gonna say 287 is what my current weight is right now. Probably. Now I don't have a scale with me right now to test that theory, but I would imagine it's right around there, and that's not me trying to fucking juice it up for anybody. That's that's probably really accurate, which is a fucking lot. That's a lot of person. Part of me thinks if I lose too much weight, I'm gonna miss being as heavy as I am. Because right now, like you need to pack down some dirt. I'm your fucking guy. I'm gonna go pack down the dirt. You got something that you need, like a bolt that needs to be broke loose. I can just put my leg on it and stand on it. It'll come loose. But if I weigh 200, that's a lot less of a man. Now I'm gonna have to bounce on that motherfucker. There might be bolts I can't get unloose if I weigh less. You know. So I don't know. There are some cons to it. There's some cons to losing weight. Um, what else? What is another con of being too light, or what's a pro of being heavy? Say you're out at a picnic and you have one of those canopies and the wind starts blowing. I just got to put one arm up there, and as long as I can hold on to that motherfucker, it ain't going nowhere. It's got a 300-pound weight holding it down. Okay, it's fine. But if I weigh 200, and that wind is rough, I might go with the motherfucker. Um, Also, it's like a layer of protection. It's protecting horrible organs on the inside, but it is a layer of protection for those organs. So if somebody comes up and gut punches me right now, it still fucking hurts, but it's gonna hurt even more if I'm less, you know? But I don't know. Maybe there's just a lot of stuff going on right now. I would love to be able to get to a gym or just like like I've always had the dream of like creating not a home gym, but just like have some things to do at home. You know, whether that's like filling buckets up with water and just walking around with them, or lifting them up, or I don't know, grabbing a piece of wood and nailing some fucking shit to the ends of it, and then just using the wood as like a bench press. Because that's another thing that's always kind of bothers me. People are like, oh, you gotta get dumbbells to work out. Like, nobody's ever said that, but you know, they're like, oh yeah, I gotta get some dumbbells. Like, dumbbells are just a big fucking piece of weight. You know, I got a bucket of screws that I don't know how much it weighs, but it's close. So I might as well just curl the bucket of screws. Yeah, it's less practical, but then I have a bucket of screws. I don't have dumbbells. I could use that. If I get dumbbells, then I got dumbbells and a bucket of screws. I gotta pick them both up. But most like exercise equipment you can find for free on the edge of the road. Somebody threw out. I thought I would like a treadmill. Last time I got on a treadmill, I fucking hated it. I was like, this is so fucking dumb. I really don't like this. So did not like that. I ended up getting on an elliptical, and that was okay. I think getting a bicycle would be cool, because then that's like I'm moving, I'm running around, I'm reliving my old age or my young age, just riding a bike around. I'd love to get a bike. That'd be cool to get a bike. So might do that. And then the kids need to ride bikes too. We can ride around and walk. Like a few weeks ago, I tried out the taking a walk after dinner method, and that only lasted 2 days. We got to walk. We walked Murphy, my little Chihuahua, and we walked Rusty. Poor old Winnie never got to go for a walk, so that lasted 2 days. But I wanted to make it like a routine to go for a walk after dinner. You know, just get the blood going, get the body moving. My poor wife, she's at home all day, every day. You know, if she's got to go pick up and drop off my son, that's really the only movement she's getting throughout the day, other than walking around the house. And I wish I could get her. There's no way you can talk to your spouse or really anybody and say, hey, you should do more, without sounding like a fucking dick. And then also, it's like I brought up, you know, I'm like, oh man, we should like, the kids will bring me a brownie or whatever, like those little packaged brownies. And I'm like, no, put that back. And they're like, what? Mommy lets us have them. I'm like, I know Mommy does, but you just ate fucking 3 cookies. You don't need a brownie. And then I feel bad because, you know, they're upset. They want to eat the brownie. But I'm like, we need to start feeding these kids something good. And, you know, I feel like I'm in the right to say something like that. But it's also like, all right, well, do you want them to eat anything? Because they won't. But I'm also like, they will never starve, okay? But if we quit bringing in so many fucking processed snacks, then they won't have an option to eat the processed. She's like, oh, they normally eat Cheez-Its and pretzels. I'm like, well, that's still not the greatest. They shouldn't be living off of chicken nuggets, hot dogs, macaroni, Pop-Tarts, and brownies. Like, that's not a good diet to have. We need to get these kids eating vegetables. We need to have like either a steamed or canned vegetable every night. Get these kids into shape. Both of my kids are in a very, you know, I'm not going to say they're in great shape, but neither one of them are too heavy. They don't have fat on them. They're not like chunky little babies or anything, which, looking at me and my wife, you'd think they got some chunky babies. No, they're fit looking. They're good. But if we continue down this road, they will eventually be the chunky kids. So that's why I'm like, we need to stop feeding them fucking junk. You know, I wish I had I could have the power to do that. I would be a fucking dick and an asshole, and it would cause a lot of fucking arguments in the house. But I could go in there one day and throw away all this shit that we just spent my money on buying and go to the grocery store myself and buy all the stuff that I think is okay to have and then fill the house with that. And then there's no option but to, if you then that just would push them to eat out more often. Everybody, we don't have anything good. Like we do have things though. So I don't know. My wife had done the keto thing a few times, and that it actually had really big effects on her. She was losing a lot of weight, and she was feeling better, and she was also working out, and so she was more energetic, more active. Everything was going pretty well, but then she just falls off the wagon, and then it's back to cookies and French fries. And I say that, and I'm not trying to be mean about it, and because that's what she says to me. And she's like, "We need more French fries," and I'm like, "We just bought 3 bags of Ore-Ida French fries." So yeah, I ate them all, not all at one time. She has a reasonable amount, but that's all she's eating is French fries. We have a deep fryer, French fries in the deep fryer, and Pillsbury pre-made cookie dough. Well, she's not eating the cookie dough; she's cooking them, but that doesn't change anything about it. It's still fucking cookies. She's eating cookies and French fries every day. She doesn't eat a lot either. Well, I don't know. I'm like, you're gonna have health issues. you're gonna, you are going to cost us medical bills if you don't fucking straighten your shit up. And I try to tell her all the time, I'm like, it doesn't matter how you look or what, I want you to feel good. And just one of the perks of eating a little bit better, you know, I'm not even saying quit eating French fries and cookies, just maybe have something else with it that's an actual food. Um, I don't know. I'm getting a little too personal here, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. And I'm also not a guy to be, look at me. Look at the way I've lived my life. I'm not a guy over here to be giving advice to anybody. I'm over here on my high horse right now because I've only eaten meat in 2 days. But, but if I've done diets before and I've stuck with them, not for, obviously not for very long, but I have stuck with diets. I've done a lot of things that I don't like to do, and I've lost weight. There was one time where all I was going to eat was salads. So only thing I ever ate was salads. I bought a ton of bags of, pre-made salad mix and a 3-pack of Olive Garden's Italian dressing, not the light dressing either. And the only thing I ate was that salad with that dressing for, I think, a month. And I lost a lot of weight. It was very noticeable. But that was a horrible fucking time in my life. I did not like, I was more moody and angry, and that was not sustaining. I was throwing bits of meat and stuff on there and like some croutons and stuff, but I was only eating basically salad because I was like, I need to eat in a calorie deficit, and this is a calorie deficit, but it's not. That wasn't enough. It was not a good time, so I quit doing that. There was also another time where I was not eating McDonald's. I never ate McDonald's. Um, I refused to eat McDonald's, and I would not. If that's where we were going, I wasn't eating, and it worked out for a little while. And then one day, I was like, I haven't had McDonald's in like over a year. Let me try it out. And I tried it out, and then I was like, I'm hooked. And now I need to delete the fucking McDonald's app off my phone. Dude, it's so fucking easy. Like, all right, if you want to eat McDonald's and that's the way you want to live your life, go for it and get the app. I'm telling you, get the app. You put your credit card information in there, and then you just hit reorder. The last thing, everything you've ever ordered is recorded on there, and if that's what you order every time you go to McDonald's, it's right there. You can click reorder. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. The fucking thing goes by, and it uses GPS to figure out which McDonald's is closest to you. Or usually what I would do is I'd pull in the McDonald's parking lot, and it would just say, it'd be like, hey, is this where you're at? And I'm like, yeah. And then I'd order, and I'd put it in there. And there's deals on there to make it cheaper, and it's overall great, because you go inside, and you don't have to talk to anybody. You just sit down, and whenever they say, order 1637, and then that's you. Grab it, you go. And you just shove it, three burgers and a large French fry into your face with a large sweet tea to wash it down, because you're not going to get water. You're not going to get anything healthy. You're going to get sweet tea. You shove all that in your face while you're sitting in your truck or there at the restaurant. And it's just so fucking easy. I gotta delete that fucking thing. Not that I'm going to... I have more self-control than that, so it's like, I don't know. I can keep the app. I'm not going to McDonald's for the next 30 days. I'm not going to be ordering all that shit. And I don't even want to say I'm not going to McDonald's, because I could go to McDonald's and just eat meat. That is a possibility. But what am I going to drink? Am I going to sneak a fry here and there? I should just stay away. But, yeah, it's too fucking easy to order all that shit. Just need to stay away from it. And the restaurant that I go to down here in Oklahoma, because I was like, all right, I'm going to go there. They probably have chicken wings. I can probably get just regular old chicken wings. They might be covered in hot sauce. No, they don't have it. The only thing they have that's only meat, you can get like a burger with no bun. They have pulled pork, which is not very good. I've had it before. They have Philly cheesesteak. I've not tried that one yet. Don't want to. And I don't know, like chicken fried steaks and stuff, and tenderloins. And I don't know. They don't really have anything that's just meat. They do have a grilled chicken sandwich. So I was thinking about trying that tomorrow night when I come out. But I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed in them. Not in them, but just disappointed that, alright, I'm going to get the mushroom and Swiss with no bun. And it was delicious. I don't know. It kind of felt like a cheat deal. So I might not do that next time. But next time I'll get the grilled chicken, and just put Louisiana hot sauce all over it. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to lose some weight. I'm excited to get my body in a healthier state. And I think I'm going to do that with this. My Florida boy buddy, he's like, oh, you can't eat like bratwurst and stuff. I'm like, in the diet that I'm not even sticking straight to a fucking diet, you fuck. I'm going to eat bratwurst. That's healthier than a bratwurst with a bun covered in ketchup and mustard. So I'm not. I'm referencing the carnivore diet. I'm not doing the carnivore diet because the carnivore diet you're supposed to have like grass-fed steak every day, and I can't afford grass-fed steak every day. Can't do that, which my wife reminded me of earlier today. She's like, I'm going to the store. I went to the store. I got you another ham steak. I got you I got more ham slices. I got. I'm like, hey, can you get like some different type of meat? She's like, well, I just ordered all this. I'm like, all right, I understand, but I don't want to sit here eat ham on ham every fucking day. Okay, stop buying so much fucking ham. So, well, you need to tell me, what do you want? I'm like, I know I need to tell you what I want. She's like, well, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Let me fucking, I'm driving a truck down the highway. I can't figure it out right now. I'm like, in all reality, if I ate steak every day, like one of those steaks that costs, it's like $13 for 2 steaks. That's $7, less than $7 a day in steak. Well, that's only one steak a day, but still a steak a day. $6. I can't afford $6 a day for lunch. That's pretty fucking good. That's cheaper. I would say that's almost cheaper than my sandwiches, because I gotta buy bread, and I don't want to buy the fucking white bread. I run through the mayo quickly. I run through the mustard. I run through the pickles. I run through the lunch meat. And then I'm also eating, 2 to 3 snacks on top of that with my sandwich. I'm like, a $6 steak a day is cheaper than that per day if you add it up. Yeah, it's a bigger cost right at the beginning, but I'm not halfway through the week and be like, I need to go pick up new pickles and more bread or whatever. I'm just going to have a bunch of meat there. And I know somebody who's probably saying to the radio right now, why don't you just buy like half a cow? Oh, I would fucking love to, dude. But that's getting her to spend, what is half a cow? Like $500, $400 for a shitload of beef is not going to happen. That's our entire grocery budget. I understand that half a cow will last like a year. That'll be a year of beef. That would be fucking wonderful. It makes sense to me. I'm not the only one that lives in my house. So we have to get the fucking brownies and the french fries and the cookies for everybody else. Can't afford to just feed me in the way I want to be fed. That's why, if you're out there and you're single, you can. Not that I want to be single or anything. I think you guys there's so much freedom there, and I'm not saying that I'm not free, because if I push hard enough, I can do whatever the fuck I want. But the freedom of being a single person making enough money to do whatever they want, go wherever they want, do whatever they want, and all they got to do is take care of themselves. There's a lot of freedom there. There's a lot of jobs that you could have being a single person that would be awesome. Like there's the train wreck job that I was doing for a while. That was such a fucking fun job. I loved that job. I have a family. I had my wife at the time, so I couldn't be away from her. We weren't married at that point in time, but she was my fiance, and I could not be away from her for weeks at a time, or else the relationship wasn't going to work. So that's the thing. Like, if you're a single guy, you could live that life, and it would actually be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You could go work on an oil rig. You could just go travel. You're like, I don't need a house. I don't need this. I don't need anything. I just kind of mosey around, do whatever the fuck I want. obviously you need to be able to make some money here and there, but I'm not saying be homeless or anything. That's fucking a totally different thing. But um, my wife's friend's sister, she travels a lot. She works like 4 or 5 months out of the year, and then the other 7 6 7 months or whatever it is, she travels. She'll just like go to Asia, and she'll live in Asia for a while, or where, I don't know. She's always posting shit up, and that's not good for my wife to see, because she's like, oh my gosh, she's doing what I wanted to do. She's traveling. I'm like, yeah, I know. Traveling would be really fun. The way I see traveling is, if you can afford it, do it. We can't afford it. Traveling right now, to me, it would be just throwing money away. It's like, hey, let's not make any money, and let's not, you know, have a job, and let's just fucking leave. It's like, what the, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, yeah, if you're well off and you can travel and that's your life plan and it works out for you, great. That is not going to work for us. My wife would love to travel. She'd like to be able to do this and do that and go here and go there. And I'm like, let's just stay home and have money. But we got this Florida vacation, which is for me, really, because I'm going to go see my buddy. That's cool. It's costing a lot of money, but it's something we need to do. We've needed to go there for a while, because my buddy, he was sad the other day. He's like, yeah, I moved to fucking paradise, and I thought I was going to have people, traveling in all the time to hang out, but not one person has come out here yet. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. I'm so sorry. I need to come out there. But, I don't know. He can also shut the fuck up, because you moved the fuck away. You quit your job. You sold your house. You moved everything down there. Yeah, I can't fucking just come down there to hang out every now and again. It's like, it costs money to do that. So I can't fucking do that. I can't just come over every other weekend. That's crazy. Now I get to, that was your choice too, motherfucker. So you chose to leave all of your friends here. You can't be mad that nobody's coming to see you. It's like, well, the beach is only like 20 minutes from my house. Like, okay. It's like 17 hours from my house. So I can't just fucking go. And driving there is a fucking nightmare. So I don't know. I do want to go see him, and we are going to. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fun. But my wife, yeah, she wants to travel. She wants to go this. She wants to do that. We already have the second vacation planned for a year from now, which is the Alaska vacation, that even though a lot of it's going to be paid for, a lot of it's not paid for, and we're going to have to save up money to pay for that. So as soon as this trip, we're saving money for this trip, as soon as we're done saving money for this trip, now we're going to have to start saving money for the next trip. And saving money, I mean, it should be easier now, the way the bills are, but it's still like, hey, can we have like just a different goal other than traveling to waste fucking money? Because I'm telling you, that's the way I see it. If you're going to see somebody meaningful, yeah, or if it's like a family vacation, okay, but it's still like, let's not make money and spend a lot of money. That's what it is. And we just can't do that. And it's like, I have a very cheap project sitting in my driveway. I say very cheap, that doesn't mean it's free. It's going to cost some money. And it's not that much money compared to all this other shit you're wanting to fucking buy. The truck what, like, the amount of money that's going into the truck is not a vacation amount of money. It's just I need a little bit of money that I'm fucking making. I'm out here busting my ass. I'm not even busting my ass, but I am out here working every day on weekends and stuff to save up money to go waste money when I could be putting money into the thing that I'm going to have to drive around anytime I want to. Like, it's not an investment, but it's actually going to something that I can use. Like, the memories made on vacations and stuff is nice. Yeah, we've had a good time on every vacation. I don't regret the vacations, but it's like, because I know after this Florida trip, she's going to start planning the other, domestic vacation, because that that's going to be something. She's going to want to go somewhere and do something at some point in time, which is fine. But, well, I don't know. I shouldn't be so hard on her, because the other one that we were going to do was Omaha. We were going to drive to Omaha and do the zoo and everything. It was going to cost us like $600. Fuel, lodging, tickets, food, supplies for the drive, like all that. It's gonna be like, I don't know. I'm saying $600. I'm just pulling that out of my ass. I don't know how much it was gonna be, but it's like $600 to go to the zoo. Like, all right, hold on. That was gonna be on a weekend. So I wasn't gonna miss any work or anything for that, which would have been kind of cool. But $600 for my truck would be awesome. I'm not trying to be selfish here, but $600 would like probably finish what I'm trying to get done. Well, I'm just saying that right now. There's always going to be stuff I'm going to want for it, but I need to get it to a roadworthy state right now. I need to get the gauges working. I need to get one new tire. I really need to get a whole new set of tires, but I need to get one new tire, get the gauges and the wiring taken care of, get it licensed and insured, and then it's good to go. And then, then I can just start working on it little by little from there on. That's where I want to be. I want to have the running, driving truck that's reliable, and then just, put little bits of stuff in there. But that little bits and stuff is not like important, needs to be done right now. I don't know. I guess I am selfish, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm selfish. I got a project that I didn't ask permission for, and I just got, and now I need to spend money. But I feel like, if I was a single guy and I wanted to buy a truck, which I've done when I was single, I would buy a truck and I'd put money into the truck, and then I was happy and things were great. And now it's just like, I have responsibilities. I have kids. I have a wife. I have a home. I have bills and other things and other, entertainment activities we got to get taken care of. But it's like, all right, well, there's got to be some time for me, some time and money to be able to go to what I want also, or else I'm doing everything for everybody else. It's like, is that an unchristian? Well, I wouldn't. I don't know. Is that a bad thing to be wanting to work on a project for me? No, I don't think it is. It's just a project that I want to do, and obviously, I'm not trying to do everything all at once. I'm not trying to strip the cab off, get a new cab. I'm not trying to powder coat the frame and get all the body work, all the new body panels and everything on it. I'm not trying to restore I'm just trying to spend like $300 to get it to fucking drive down the road straight. That's all I want. Without catching on fire. That'd be cool. If I set up a GoFundMe, would you all fund this? No, you wouldn't, because I'm not going to set up a GoFundMe. That's fucking dumb. It's like, please help me with my midlife crisis. No. I can cover everything myself. It's just I gotta try to fucking beat the fucking ideas out of my wife's head. Be like, hey, stop, fucking shut up. We're not doing that. Spending money on my truck. I mean, and I see where she's coming. She just sees me as a fucking wild ass dude. But I'm like, hey, do you understand? If you asked me a year ago, what is your dream car? Well, my dream car is a 71 Monte. 70 or 71 Monte Carlo is my dream car. But my dream vehicle of all time is a square body Chevy. And my son would ask me that the other day. He's like, Dad, what's your favorite car? I was like, it's sitting in our driveway. That fucking blue truck. That's my favorite vehicle that's ever been. There's never been another vehicle made that I like more than that truck. That body style, I needed to redo the headlight bezels. But that body style truck is my all-time favorite truck. All time. And the way new trucks are going nowadays, I don't think there will be anything to ever beat it. That's what I want. So I have my dream vehicle, the thing that I dream about and I just freaking ache over, is sitting in my driveway, and I just need to spend a few $100s when I make decent money. I make decent money. I should be able to spend a few $100s to make my fucking dream come true, because my dream's almost fucking done. It's almost fucking done. It just needs time and money. Thank you for listening to me bitch about things. Even on a great day, I bitched about shit. Thanks for listening. Keep all 18 down, and I'll talk to you guys here probably tomorrow. Bye-bye.